Nintendo will celebrate the 35th anniversary of Super Mario in 2020 by re-releasing most of, quote, the series' back catalog and several other Mario titles for Switch, according to VGC, which is
video game charts,
Video Games Chronicle, and Eurogamer. So Eurogamer sourced Gamatsu, and Gamatsu sourced Eurogamer. According to Eurogamer report, the back catalog titles include a deluxe version of Super Mario World, Super Mario 3D World, which has been rumored for a while, and that's pretty much like an easy guess.
Yeah,
since we got the new Super Mario Brothers Deluxe, we'll probably get a deluxe Super Mario 3D World, which will add an array of new levels, plus remasters of Super Mario Galaxy and a couple of other 3D Mario favorites. Both reports claim a new entry in the Paper Mario series is also in the works. That's a whole lot of Mario.
Yeah.
According to the VGC report, a Super Mario 35th anniversary event was originally planned to take place at E3 2020 in June, which is now canceled. But Nintendo is now reviewing its plans in light of the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. The event would have also revealed new details regarding Nintendo's partnership with Universal, including the Super Nintendo World, theme park attraction, and animated Super Mario movie. I completely forgot about that movie.
Yeah.
Gamatsu has heard similar reports, specifically in regards to Super Mario 3D World Deluxe, a new Paper Mario title, and high-definition remasters of Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. When contacted by VGC, Nintendo said, quote, it doesn't report on rumors or speculation.
Right.
Update, VentureBeat has gone up with its own report. It said Nintendo is pursuing something like a Super Mario All-Stars 2 for the 3D Mario games, which would be awesome.
Yeah.
This one includes Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy, and Galaxy 2, they're saying. It's likely that the 3D World may get its own separate deluxe-style release. While it's possible the older 3D Mario games could come in a single compilation, it's also likely that Nintendo will release them individually as it did with its Zelda remasters. Mm-hmm. Now, I think that's very un-Nintendo. I think Nintendo would want to squeeze as much out of each title.
Yeah.
I would imagine they would do individual titles for each one, which would be stupid. I'd much rather have an All-Stars 2. That sounds awesome.
I mean, it sounds plausible that they would do an All-Stars 2 because they did an All-Stars 1. Mm-hmm. The thing is, because these are the 3D games, these are bigger games, these are more expensive games, they probably would want to, release them individually to get the most bang for their buck. Especially because you remember, All-Stars was not just a collection; it was basically remakes of the first three games and the Lost levels. So if they were to do that, they would essentially be remaking these games again, and they would especially have to for the Galaxy because those revolved around the Wii remote.
I mean, we got the Joy-Con.
The Joy-Con can pull similar. But
they would need to do something.
Don't play it like a Wii. They play it like a regular video game system.
They would need to mess with it a little bit to get it to work with Joy-Con instead of Wiimotes. I would much rather have Super Mario All-Stars type situation. I'd much rather have them all in one. That would make a lot more sense because they wouldn't have to remaster it too much. Yeah. Like they would just need to kind of like port it and polish it up. And I mean, like Super Mario All-Stars, really all they had to do was change the sprites. Like all of the sprites were different.
Yeah, well, the sprites, the background, the music. I'm sure they mess with the physics.
And that kind of worked across all of the games. Like you had Super Mario 1 and Super Mario The Lost Levels. Like those were the same sprites. Super Mario 3 was different. But it kind of had the same art style.
Well, they were all different. They all had they all had different art styles.
Right. I'm just thinking of the Lost Levels because that is basically the same
as the first
sprite
one,
sheet. Yeah. So ignore everything I just said. But still, I think that it'd be easier to do them all in one big package. 3D World getting its own separate deluxe style, that's a sure shot. I would bet a lot of money on that happening.
Yeah, especially because that was a Wii U game on its own,
right?
And they seem to just port Wii U games to the Switch, just straight up. They don't put it in a collection. They don't even really remaster them in any way.
Yeah, because I mean, they just need the power to make them run at 1080p, and they got more than enough on the Switch. There's another update here. A new VGC report echoes our own and VentureBeat's reports. It said VGC can now confirm that among the Mario titles set to appear on Switch are 1997's Mario 64. I didn't know that was 97. 2002's Super Mario Sunshine and 2007's Super Mario Galaxy.
No, Super Mario 64 was 96.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's when the 64 launched.
Is it different in any different regions? Maybe Gamatsu is not American?
Rating.
Okay. I lost my spot. One person with knowledge of Nintendo's plans said that the re-releases were being treated as a special anniversary collection of games rather than standard digital ports, which is good.
97 in Europe.
Oh, maybe they're European. It continued. Nintendo will also reveal several other Mario titles in 2020. That includes a deluxe version of 2013 Wii U game Super Mario 3D World, which will be bolstered with new content and levels. Many 2D Mario games are already available on Nintendo Switch via the console's Switch Online, NES, and SNES apps, and Nintendo plans to add to its library in the near future, VGC was told. I'm noticing a lack of enthusiasm in this article over the Paper Mario port, because I heard people were making a big stink about the Paper Mario port.
Yeah,
not
I know.
Port,
I know. There's
like
a
brand new Paper Mario game.
Yeah, because they said it was going to be more like the 64 and the GameCube Paper Mario. Like that was what the scuttlebutt was, and people were excited about that because those are the only Paper Mario games that people seem to like.
I always get this confused. We played the N64 one because we used to rent it a lot.
Yes.
But we only owned the one for the Wii, correct?
Correct. That's Super Paper Mario. Okay. And that's different because that's an RPG platformer, whereas the other Paper Mario games are just straight up turn-based RPGs.
So that's the one nobody likes.
I don't think it's that nobody likes it. I don't think anybody really has an opinion on it because it's not a traditional Paper Mario game.
I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
It is. Yeah, no, it's very good.
But I think that's just because I'm not, I mean, I wasn't, that invested in Paper Mario, I'd rather have a traditional Mario game.
The ones people don't like are Sticker Star and Color Splash.
Okay. So people are cool with Super Paper Mario.
Yes.
I'm trying to find an article specifically talking about the Paper Mario port because they said that it's going to go back to the original style of Paper Mario, like the GameCube and N64 style Paper Mario.
Yeah.
I remember that being its own article. Maybe VentureBeat? No, this is all a collection of... For remasters, our sources telling us that Nintendo is pursuing something like Super Mario All-Stars 2. Okay, more of that. This is the first time I'm hearing like a Super Mario All-Stars 2 situation.
Yeah.
The Paper Mario game, meanwhile, represents a return to that franchise's roots. This means something closer to the N64 and GameCube games, which are beloved, and leaving behind the baggage of the more forgettable entries on 3DS and Wii U. Oh, so they're ignoring Super Paper Mario.
Yeah, I think because it's so different from the other games.
Finally, expect Nintendo to fill out the Mario celebrations in other ways as well. This could even mean more Mario games on the Switch Online subscription service. Yeah, it's still not a lot of enthusiasm over the Paper Mario. Like the internet, like Twitter was going way crazier about Paper Mario than these articles are going.
Yeah.
So I hope this is true. This is still just a rumor, but it seems like a lot of people can confirm the rumor. You know?
Yeah.
And I mean, what better time than the 35th anniversary? I mean, Nintendo hasn't been doing any. They don't have any big announcements for the rest of the year, and I think these are their aces in the hole. You know, this is like if they pulled this out at E3, people would go nuts. I mean, they also need a new game, but I guess Paper Mario could be that game.
I'm surprised. You know, it's funny because like we were all thinking Metroid Prime trilogy, and here they are throwing like, nope, all the Mario games.
I mean, it's still possible we can get a Metroid Prime trilogy.
Yeah, I feel like
it's done, and they're just waiting for Metroid Prime 4 to be done.
Yeah, I feel like because the Wii U, like when it launched big. Like it had Breath of the Wild, had Mario Odyssey. Then the next year was like more of a quiet year, and then like eventually they followed it up with Smash Brothers and things like that. So. Like it seems to go in cycles. Like 1 year is really hot, then the next year isn't so hot, then the next year is really hot.
But there's always a first party game that we can look forward to, you know?
Yeah.
Right now there's nothing. There's Breath of the Wild 2, and there's no date on that.
Yeah.
You know? And I guess you could say Metroid Prime 4, but there's no date on that either.
Mm-hmm.
I'd expect Breath of the Wild 2 to come out before that. But anyway, I would play all of these remasters. I've played I've been done with Mario 64. Like I play that all the time. I feel like Mario Sunshine. I need to replay that because it's been a really long time since I've replayed that. And I that gets a lot of crap. I think it's one of the best Mario games still.
Yeah, no, it's excellent. It's a very good game.
I did, however, play it. I remember playing it in that GCHD video where we were. I was testing out the upscaler on the GameCube.
Yeah,
and it does control pretty bad. I was expecting it to control a lot better than it actually did.
Yeah, I'm sure it's all like weird and concocted because the GameCube controller is all weird.
Yeah, I mean Mario 64 also controls weird.
Yeah,
comparatively. Like compared to modern controls, but Mario 64, is like noticeably a little jank.
That's another thing.
I mean, Mario Sunshine.
Update these games. Like, are they going to try to replicate the control scheme
I hope
verbatim,
not.
Or are they going to like have to update it?
They have to do something. Mario 64 needs a free look rotating camera.
Yeah, I'm picking up my Switch. Yeah, the C stick would have to be mapped to the right stick, and then really it's only the two buttons.
Oh, what are we talking about? What control? Are we talking about 64 or
Yeah,
GameCube?
64.
Yeah. There's only two buttons.
Yeah.
The biggest problem is the camera in Mario 64. That needs to be remastered. You can't just port that.
Yeah.
Mario Sunshine, I think, just needs some mechanical tweaks. I think that would be super easy to port control-wise.
Yeah.
It just feels a little jank. You know, it just needs a little bit of that polish. Galaxy, you just straight up port it, up-res it, and you're good to go.
Well, you'd still have to like futz with the control scheme because people are not going to want to play it like they did on the Wii. They're going to want to play it like a traditional game.
The whole Joy-Con situation.
Yeah.
I mean the Wiimote situation.
Yeah. Because like when they ported Twilight Princess to the Wii U, they gave it, traditional control scheme. You didn't have to play it with a Wii remote.
Mm-hmm.
Can you even play that remake with a Wii remote?
Riley in the chat says, "What about Z?" Yeah, Z's. That's an easy problem to fix.
There's two Z buttons. ZL and ZR.
That's the least of the problems.
Yeah.
So I'd be excited to play 64 again. I'd go through all of them. One of the reports said Galaxy 1 and 2, and another report just said Galaxy 1.
I feel like if you're going to do one, you might as well do the other.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same assets, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, why not? I have never played through the Galaxy games. I've only played a little bit of, I think, the second one. So
I've played a little bit of both of them, but I've never like gotten far enough to say like, oh, I've beaten the game or like I've put a good, substantial amount of time into them. But I would definitely play them if they put them on the Switch.
Yeah, I'd be most excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
If 64 gets a complete overhaul, that's going to be a lot of fun because I have a lot of nostalgia for that game, but it just does not hold up well anymore. Like, part of playing the game now is dealing with the jank of the Nintendo 64. Last time I played it was I played a randomizer, which is an emulated version that just mixes everything up. Like, doors open to different areas. You go into one picture and you'll end up in a different level, and you'll drop in a random part of the level and you'll get a random star, and things cost a random amount of stars. It's very confusing. But I also did what's called crowd control, where if you donate, you can do stuff in the game. Like, you can instantly kill me, you can make me like slide when I'm not supposed to, you can give me like items, you can take items away. It was absolute chaos. Paper Mario, I mean, I'll play it, but I'm less excited about that.
You'll play it, but you're not gonna like it.
I'll play it, but I'm gonna have a bad time. No, I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, I'm much more of a fan of the platforming Mario games.
Yeah.
But again, I hope it's all one big All-Stars collection. That sounds like a really good idea.
I feel like they would do that for Mario. I don't know if they'd do that for like Zelda though.
No. Well, they already did a lot of remasters for Zelda.
Yeah. So like when they do the Zelda remasters, they're their own thing. But like the Mario remasters, I feel like they would be okay with putting that in a bundle. I can see them doing that, but I would not be surprised if they didn't do that.
I hope they do. And as far as Mario 3D World Deluxe, I don't think I would buy that.
No.
Especially if we're getting all those other games in an All-Stars collection.
Yeah, the better games.
The only reason I would buy 3D World again is to stream it. And that game was pretty forgettable. I'm not gonna it was really good. It was a really good game, but it was kind of just like milquetoast Mario, you know.